Are you interested in treating fibroids naturally? What does that mean? Are they effective? Stick with me till the end of this video and I will tell you about the natural treatments available for fibroids and whether they're effective or not. Hello, I'm Dr. Sylvia and this is AskAwayHealth. We provide you with direction and clarity about everything medical. Please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you do, click on the notification bell so that every time we publish new videos, which is usually once a week on Saturdays, you'll be amongst the first people to know about it. Now, there are many different treatment strategies proposed for different medical conditions, and many of them are the orthodox medical and surgical treatments that we know about. But because of side effects or one thing or the other, people are tending towards natural or alternative treatments that they consider to be safer. I'd like us to have a closer look at it in this talk about fibroids. So if you stay watching with me till the end of this video, I'll share with you the different types of natural methods that have been suggested for fibroids, but not only that, whether they actually are effective. So let's begin. What are natural treatments? You could consider natural treatments to be amongst the therapies that do not fall under the mainstream methods or guidance that we use in orthodox medical institutions or practices and specialist institutions. They may include herbal treatments, diet supplements, different methods, for example acupuncture, that involve providing care and healing, but like I said, are not usually provided within your traditional or orthodox healthcare setting. A lot of the time, the difference may be that the natural and alternative methods have not had rigorous tests or robust evidence about how effective they might be. They might be methods that have been handed down anecdotally in families or cultures and have not yet met the burden for scientific scrutiny. Let's begin with traditional Chinese medicine. This has been considered to be of some benefit in treating fibroids. Traditional Chinese medicine is practiced alongside orthodox medicine in parts of Asia, but in other countries like in the United States and the United Kingdom, it exists as alternative therapy. Traditional Chinese medicine combines a range of different methods to provide treatment for the condition. These methods used in traditional Chinese medicine include acupuncture or acupressure, which is the process of using needles or fingers respectively applied to pressure points around the body to provide healing. This might be healing of pain or some other medical condition. They promote the use of certain types of foods or diets and the avoidance of some other types in treating fibroids. They use herbal medicine, either ingesting the herbs in form of teas or other medicines, or burning the herbs near the skin to provide treatment. They also use body therapies, and that might include different types of exercise like Tai Chi or body massage. Now these are the different measures involved in traditional Chinese medicine, and like I said earlier, there have been some studies that have demonstrated some benefit from traditional Chinese methods. For example, there was a study that showed that women that were treated with traditional Chinese medicine had their fibroids shrink to some degree compared to another group of women who did not have traditional Chinese medicine. Now let's move on to other natural or alternative remedies. The next one to consider is acupuncture. Acupuncture is a process whereby needles are placed on specific points along the body, which provide some relief in terms of treating blood flow, heavy bleeding, painful periods or pain and back pain associated with fibroids. some evidence has shown that some women may benefit from using this form of treatment for their condition. On the other hand, with acupuncture, some studies have also shown that there is no comparable benefit with using acupuncture over other measures. So it's not really conclusive that using acupuncture alone will be able to provide treatment of fibroids or its symptoms. The next method I'd like us to look at today is green tea. Green tea is a very popular herb. There have been some studies that show that the antioxidant property in green tea does help to promote well-being. Some studies have demonstrated that used over a period of weeks, green tea may be associated with some benefits in treating fibroids. This has not been conclusively proven. The study was small and has not been reproduced in other elements for us to be able to say with certainty that green tea does have some significant impact in treating fibroids. Now, before we go on, I'd like to hear from you. Are there any particular reasons why you prefer natural or alternative therapies over the usual orthodox medicines or surgeries that are associated with fibroid treatment? Perhaps you've had an experience or you know of somebody else. Please share with me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. The next natural therapy that will be considered is losing weight. We've mentioned in previous videos about the association between obesity and the development and even progression of fibroids. So losing weight as a mechanism for treating fibroids is certainly encouraged and has been demonstrated to show some benefit in treating fibroids. The next natural method that we'll consider is diet and nutrition. Many naturalists recommend that foods that are high in carbohydrates and sugars should be avoided when you're treating fibroids because they contribute to obesity. Rather, they advocate the consumption of foods that are heavy in fiber because those help to remove cravings and they help to increase the feeling of fullness and so can contribute to weight loss, which will help reduce the occurrence of fibroids and may even help to shrink some fibroids in some conditions. Okay, so nature therapy proponents would encourage the consumption of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. These are found in milk and other dairy products and actually have been shown to some degree to help in treating fibroids. Additionally, vitamin A and vitamin D have also been shown to have some benefits in treating fibroids, and people who are interested in natural therapies would be encouraged to adopt these supplements or include these particular nutrients in their diet to help with managing fibroids. Now, herbs are another method that can be used in treating in natural therapies. We've talked about green tea already. Natural medicine proponents suggest that there are some herbs that could be used in treating fibroids that may help with reducing symptoms like pain or may contribute towards shrinking the fibroids. Next, salt. Limiting the consumption of salt may help some people who have high blood pressure. High blood pressure has been associated with developing fibroids, and so it is thought that by limiting the amounts of salts that we consume and keeping blood pressure down, this could be a natural method of ensuring that fibroids do not progress, or in some cases helping to reduce the size of fibroids. Now, the next measure that we'll consider is the use of vegetable juices like beet juice or celery juice. There is a lot of information out there on the internet where people have said that using these methods over prolonged periods of time has contributed to their improving their symptoms or shrinking their fibroids. There hasn't been enough robust evidence to demonstrate that this is the case for a large number of people, and therefore suggest that they definitely have some impact on treating fibroids. Another measure that could be used in treating fibroids naturally are things that you can just do at home. Simple things like applying a warm compress to the pelvis and abdomen to manage pain from the fibroids. Natural therapists also encourage the use of warm baths to manage problems like back pain or leg pains and pains associated with the fibroids. Yoga and exercises such as Tai Chi as well as body massage are encouraged for treating conditions like fibroid. So there is quite a long list of possible natural alternative therapies that you could pick up on to use for treating fibroids. The challenge that we have is that none of them have large or robust evidence to provide that they're actually effective on their own in treating fibroids, or even in combination in treating fibroids to cure them or to completely resolve the symptoms. So what's the conclusion after looking at all these methods? It's this: since natural methods have not been conclusively proven to treat fibroids effectively or completely, always discuss your treatment with your healthcare provider and doctor. It is possible that you can combine a particular form of natural treatment with your orthodox medical treatment to get the best benefit, because certainly orthodox treatment, that is our traditional healthcare setting treatments, would recommend weight loss and recommend controlling your blood pressure, for example. So it's possible that you could combine some elements from the natural methods into your other treatments, like taking medication or perhaps surgery for treating fibroids. So it's important to consult your physician before starting any therapy. It's important to make sure that you do not delay speaking to your physician or avoid speaking to your physician because you're pursuing treatment and cure by only a natural or alternative method, because at this point, as we've said, there isn't enough strong evidence that indicates that using them alone will conclusively and effectively treat fibroids. So now you know what natural treatments there are and how effective they are as well. If this is an area that you'd like to know a little bit more about, please feel free to send me a message on info@AskAwayHealth.org. I will also post a link to our emails in the description below, but I'm also going to add the heavy menstrual period checker, because again, many women do not realize they have heavy periods or symptoms that might indicate fibroids. And it's important to pick up on these symptoms early so that diagnosis early is possible. I'm also going to put a link to our diet infogram, because that's a useful tool just at a glance. Look at what foods will be beneficial for treating or helping with fibroids and helping with weight loss, and what foods are best avoided, particularly in terms of controlling weight and reducing the impact of that on fibroids. So look out for that in the descriptions below. And so we've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you found it useful, please like it, put a comment down below telling me that you do, and consider subscribing to my channel. That really helps me to push out these kind of videos every week. Don't forget to share this video with a friend who might find it useful or might like the content as well. So again, it's been a great time sharing with you, and I will see you in the next one.